Hi guys, this is Mrs. Hill. This is lesson number 4 from our story, Who Wants Arthur? This will be the last portion of our story. We're going to see if Arthur gets that home that he is so desperately trying to get. We're going to see what other antics he gets into, and we're going to see what the ending of our story is. Today we're going to work on pages 26 through 30. We've got one more question to answer in our skill packet, so let's do a little question preview. You should have all of your questions finished. These questions do require a complete sentence in your answer. So if you are missing questions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, please go back. Watch the portion of the video that has the question indicated in the title. I also have page numbers listed for you where you can go back and find the answers on that particular page in the video. So anyhow, let's look at question number 7 for today. It's our last question. What happens at the end of the story? So we are at the end of the story. We're going to find out what happens on pages 26 through 30. So let's do a quick little picture walk. We'll take a look at those illustrations. I keep referring to them as pictures. I apologize. I don't mean to do that. It's called a picture walk, but these happen to be illustrations. These illustrations tell you so much about the story, gives you that vivid mental image of what's going on, kind of makes me smile. I love these type of illustrations. So if you look on page 26, we've got a couple new characters. Here's an older gentleman, a little girl. Here's the pet store owner. Look at these animals getting into trouble. There's a bird up there sitting on somebody's purse. So let's take a look and see if we can find any vocabulary. We need the word extraordinary. Wonder who they're talking about with the word extraordinary. So let's take a look at the rest of the illustrations. Oh, look. Arthur's smiling. We'll find out who this little girl is. Look, he's got a big mess going over here. And there he is on the last page of the story. So let's see how this ends with our boy Arthur. Late that afternoon, as Mrs. Humbert was closing the shop, a man came in with his granddaughter. "Excuse me," he said. "Melanie tells me that you have a rather extraordinary dog who performs all sorts of tricks." "The only dog I have," replied Mrs. Humbert, "is Arthur." "There he is, Grandpa, in the window," cried Melanie. She rushed to pick up Arthur, who gave her the biggest, wettest, doggiest lick ever. At last, Arthur knew he had found a home. With a pair of old slippers to chew. Arthur likes to chew stuff up. My dog chewed up some slippers not too long ago, made a little bit of a mess. So that's a sweet ending to a fun story. So what happens at the end of the story? So we are going to use part of that question to start our answer. We're going to say at the end. Should have highlighted, oops, sorry, should have highlighted all that. At the end of the story, blank. Okay, you're going to fill in your answer with what happens at the end of the story. On page 28. On page 28, at last, Arthur knew he had found a home. So, at the end of the story, blank. Okay, so on page 28, it's shows us through the illustration and through our story that Arthur finds a home at the end of the story. Okay, so at the end of the story, what happens? Okay, so you fill that in. That will finish up your skill packet. Do not turn your skill packet in. You will use it when we do our AR test. You may use your skill packet on your AR test to help you recall information or details from the story. So do not turn your skill packet in quite yet. At the end of lesson number 5, you will turn your skill packet in after you take your AR test. So this is the end of lesson 4. If you have any questions or need any help, you can message me through Remind, and I'll be happy to help you in any way. Thanks a bunch.